Hi everyone, my name is Angela Sutherland at healthylivingchick.com. I am your holistic health coach, and today I'm going to be sharing with you about how to support your body using essential oils. But first, let me introduce a little bit about my family. My husband is Brian, and my daughters are Ariel, Kaylee, Amelia, and Caitlin. And I support individuals and families wishing to transform their health. I support families that have adopted as well as have children with special needs. Some of the areas that we talk about are overall general health, but specifically what nutrients we're putting in our body, how we're detoxifying our body and getting rid of the toxins. We talk about our homes and what are we cleaning with, those types of things. So we want to remove any chemicals in our home. We also talk about movement in our career and what we do for fun and what we're drinking and how we're sleeping and any self-care. Moms, we tend to put ourselves at the end of the list. However, we're the ones that do the most serving. So I always recommend women put the oxygen mask on themselves before trying to serve their children and families and friends. But some of the other areas that we look at is what do you like to do for fun? What does your social life look like? Are you happy in your career? What are your relationships like? Things of that nature, because health is more than just food. You can find me at healthylivingchick.com. So before I get started, I wanted to give you a few testimonials. This is one of my daughters, and she woke up with contact dermatitis, which was when we purchased a blanket, and she used it prior to us washing it, and then she woke up, broke out. We did go to the doctor. He said he had a steroid that we could get. However, he knew I like to do things naturally, and he said if you are I told him what I was doing. He said, if you're consistent, it will work. But if you need me, I'm here. So what we did was we supported her liver with a couple of essential oils, one being helichrysum and one being zindergrin. And we alternated those every couple of hours. We also made sure she was eating clean, exercising. We supported her digestive system with probiotics. The specific name is listed there. We used some digestive support called Digestin over her abdomen. And we also supported her with digestive enzymes, which help the body break down the foods that we eat in order that our body can utilize those fully. 7 days later, she woke up completely normal, the picture on the right. Here is a client of mine, had surgery. The top two are actually the rash. So he'd had surgery, and after surgery, he had this rash. We put him on probiotics, and then he used coconut oil on topically, and in about 3 days, that completely cleared. So the bottom two are showing the clearing of the rough patches there on the skin. And so this is another rash. The skin is our largest organ, so it's actually letting us know that something on the inside is brewing, so we need to pay attention. But this was a rash, and these are the essential oils that we used. We put them in a roller bottle and topped it off with coconut oil or carrier oil, which I will talk about in just a few minutes. But these are the essential oils that we used, and the very next day the arm was clear: geranium, melaleuca, lavender, and arborvitae. So first, what are essential oils? Essential oils are naturally occurring volatile aromatic compounds found in the seeds, bark, stems, roots, flowers, and other parts of the plant. They protect the plant against environmental threats and provide beneficial properties. They have been used in history for food preparation, beauty treatments, and healthcare practices. So if we look back, even in the Bible, essential oils are mentioned over 300 times. When we think about Christmas and the Christ child, we think about gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Of course, frankincense and myrrh being the two essential oils that were brought to him that were worthy to a king. Also, we know about the Chinese medicine. In history, the Chinese people used essential oils, Egyptian history, the Greeks. So this is not a new phenomenon. This is just something that people are starting to talk about more and more, but they have been used for thousands of years. So what are the differences in essential oils? All essential oils are not created equal. Just as when you go to the produce department, your produce is going to cost different amounts. Apples are going to cost a different amount than oranges and bananas. The same should be with our essential oils. They are basically from a plant, and different plants are going to be used in different ways, but also different plants are going to have, depending upon where they come from, are going to have different prices associated with those. But we want to look at pure, certified, therapeutic grade essential oils that may be used to support your healthcare needs. These are the ones that you could use internally, externally, on topically, and aromatically. So here, this is how do I use essential oils, and that's what we're going to talk about. There are 10 basic essential oils, and these are the 10 that we're going to talk about. And how I'm going to try to do this is I'm going to have one essential oil and a word or a phrase so that you could remember something particular about this oil. So I'm going to try to make it as easy as I can. So the 3 ways that I mentioned are internal, aromatic, and topical. And when I use essential oils topically, I want to make sure we dilute it with a carrier oil. Now, what is a carrier oil? A carrier oil is going to be any oil that you have in your home that you would cook with. So whether it be olive oil, coconut oil, almond oil, jojoba oil, any kind of regular 100% pure oil that you would use in your kitchen is something that you could use as a carrier oil to combine with the essential oils. When we talk about aromatically, we're talking about diffusing. Here on the bottom right, show a diffuser, and you're just going to put a little bit of water in the bottom of the diffuser and add a few drops, maybe 3 to 4 drops of our essential oil, and it will help purify the air. And then internally, some people are not as keen on this idea. However, it doesn't matter if you use them on topically. Your skin is your biggest organ. It's going to go in your body. If you use them aromatically, we want to make sure they're pure. So that is going in because you're breathing it in. And then internally, you know, if you use maybe a drop in your water or something like that, then it's going in. So it doesn't matter the delivery method, but they are all going in any way that you decide to use them. And one delivery method is not better than another one. Everybody's a little bit different, and everybody has a different preference. So I'm just going to give you just a basic overall. And then if you have specific questions and specific health goals, then we can talk about that as well later. Okay, when we think about essential oils, we want to talk about sourcing. So sourcing is important because different plants grow better in different parts of the world. We want essential oils that are indigenously grown to that area. And we also want to know about how the partnerships are with the growers, what they're using on the plants. Make sure they are not only safe, but being tested and being tested by third-party testing as well. Want to make sure they're free from fillers and artificial ingredients and free of harmful contaminants. And we also just want to know about the sourcing as far as how they're cooperating, how the essential oil manufacturers are cooperating to create jobs and improving income for the impoverished, as well as what are their partnerships like and how the whole process is working. But for instance, peppermint grows excellent here in the United States, in like Washington State. So that is where the essential oil company that I use, that's where they source it from. And then the frankincense has grown best in Somalia and Oman. And so that is where the essential oil company that I've worked with, they grow that. So as you can see, you can grow essential oils all over the world where the plant was indigenously grown. And that's important because that's where you're going to have the most benefits from. Okay, this is one of my favorites because, as I mentioned earlier, I am a health coach and I love to support people in their lifestyle as well as healthcare choices. And so here's a little health pyramid that we look at. We want to talk about eating right, exercise, rest, and managing our stress, as well as reducing our toxic load. These are our lifestyle choices, and some of our essential oils can help with those things as well. And also today specifically, I'm going to be talking about informed self-care and proactive medical care in the healthcare portion of this chart. All right, so I talked about every 10 essential oils, and my plan is to give you guys one word for you to remember, or one phrase for you to remember this essential oil by. So for instance, lemon, I think of detoxification or detox. So lemon detoxification. And I either use lemon in my water, whether it be a fresh or a lemon oil drop, internally just to cleanse the body. If on the right of this screen, so I put a little bit more information on this particular slide just because I wanted you to be made aware of all the information that you can learn about each of these essential oils. But I didn't want to overwhelm you with that information, so I just gave you this one as an example. So for instance, lemon has antibacterial properties, antiseptic properties, antiviral, astringent, diuretic, all of these properties associated with lemon. And at the bottom right hand side, you're going to see that it blends well with, basil, eucalyptus, all of those essential oils. So I just got this information from a book, and I would be happy to share the book information with you. Most of the people that I work with do decide to purchase some type of book or resource that kind of gives them this information so that you don't have to memorize it. It's just a go-to so that you know how to use the essential oils effectively for your situation and your family specifically. So we can use it as a detoxifier, but also can support a lymph. So you can put it over any areas on your lymph system. I think of mostly near the shoulder area, even in the middle of your arm is another great support, lymph support. You can put essential oils there. Any place that the lymph system, you want always movement in your body. So if you diffuse lemon, it's going to help uplift your mood. And I like to use lemon, lavender, and peppermint, the three together, to support you when you have allergies. So again, that was lemon, lavender, and peppermint. We can also clean with essential oils, and this particular oil I love to combine with olive oil on a washcloth, and I'm going to use it for stainless steel cleaner, furniture polish. It can also remove stains and grease. So this is our lemon. Now, as a disclaimer here, these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. And the stories that I'm about to share and have shared thus far are from my personal experience and the clients that I have worked with. Please seek your physician or your healthcare provider regarding your specific situation with any medication that you may be taking or other things related to your specific circumstances. This is for entertainment purposes and not used to treat, diagnose, or cure or prevent disease. So the next one is frankincense. Frankincense is king of the oils. That's what I want you to remember. King of the oils. This is excellent for cellular support. You can use it topically or internally. So I have a story for this particular oil. I had a friend that called, and all my friends are clients and everybody's kind of all together. Just we work kind of as a family. So I had a client to call and say she found, I'm trying to be very compliant here, she found something in her body that wasn't supposed to be there. And so she was very upset. And first, we just calmed her down and prayed with her and talked her through it. She went to see the doctor that day. She did verify that, yes, there was a particular she identified there was a concern there in the body. And so we talked about using frankincense daily until she was able to have more tests done. And the testing was going to occur in about 14 days. And she called me a couple days after we had originally talked and said, I'm just not going to worry about this. I'm totally just not even going to think about it. But she did use frankincense essential oil daily, multiple times a day, until that 14 days went by. And at that time, she went back and they could not even find the area of concern any longer. And the imaging did not pick it up. And she had a couple different imagings done, and neither could pick up any sort of malady. So that was very, very cool. I said that was totally God. Another way we use frankincense is just to support the nervous system. Now, one way you can do this is on actually the back of your neck. People call that the brain stem. You can put it on your big toe or any of your toes, or you can take that internally. Some people choose to support themselves with focus. The children and adults can place a drop on their thumb and place it on the roof of the mouth, as well as just internally, along with Siberian fir and copaiba oil to support their joint health. We can diffuse it for a spiritual awareness and emotional support. I do have a little mixture of things to support the nervous system that I diffuse every night in my girls' room. And we can also use it for beauty treatments under the eyes, on the face. Some people like to put it in a roller bottle and roll it around several times a day over their face. I've heard some great results there. We've had some people that put it under their eyes, and as documented by their optometrists, as a side effect, their vision has improved. But that was after quite a long time of use. And anyway, it's just pretty cool to hear all these wonderful stories. Some people use it to support their liver, either topically on location or the bottoms of the feet or in a capsule. Now, the reason why we put essential oils on the bottom of the feet is because that is where our largest pores are, and it can get into the system pretty quickly that way. For overall wellness, again, we could put that in a capsule, put it underneath the tongue. Immune support, same. And if there's anything else I do not know, any other concern, like a rash or just something just different that pops up and I don't know what exactly it is, I will usually try frankincense. So if I were stuck on an island and had to choose one essential oil to not live without, it would actually be frankincense, because it has so many different properties. And like we mentioned earlier, it is king of the oils. Peppermint. Okay, the phrase I want you to remember here is peps you up. This is excellent for head tension, to put on the temples or on the back of the neck. We could use it to support our allergies. Remember, lemon, lavender, and peppermint. You could place that on the back of the neck, down the jawline. Some people use these three in a diffuser necklace and wear it. I know my daughter has allergies, and for about 3 or 4 weeks at the beginning of spring, and she will put those three on a diffuser necklace and wear it throughout the day. And then after she goes outside for lunch and comes in, she could smell it and has support until she gets home. There's also, all three of these can be put in a capsule, and there's also a capsule already pre-made that I could show you as well. So we can use peppermint for respiratory support. It just kind of helps to open up airways. Like you can put it on your chest with a carrier oil. It can be very cooling to the body. So we like to put that on the bottoms of the feet about every 20 minutes. And then digestive support, it can be on the area of location of your abdomen. For focus, I've some people that enjoy using peppermint just to wake up or before a test. I even had one nurse that put it on a tissue, and she was allowed to have one tissue in her testing, and she was able just to keep smelling the tissue to keep her focus and her mind open. Clear breathing and fresh breath. I also like to add a little bit of peppermint to water, a water bottle, and spray around the home because bugs do not like peppermint. And lastly, peppermint is excellent with Melaleuca, which is the oil we're getting ready to talk about, to put either in conditioner or shampoo of children going to school. I like to do this so that the lice don't like to make a home in that smell. They do not like that smell. So repels bugs naturally. Peppermint and Melaleuca are great for that. So peppermint peps you up. When I'm driving down the road and I'm getting sleepy, I will use a little bit of a peppermint essential oil just to kind of pep me up. Okay, the next one is called Breathe. Up until this point, we've talked about lemon as a detoxifier, frankincense as king of the oils, peppermint peps you up, and now we have Breathe. As you see, those previous ones have all been single oils. That means peppermint straight from the peppermint, just straight peppermint, lemon straight lemon from the rind, right? And then frankincense straight from the resin of the tree. But Breathe, you see, is a blend. That is different single oils combined together to make a blend. So Breathe is also excellent to just breathe and opens airways. It's excellent for sleep. Some people diffuse that. Just, a lot of times people get more, clogged up at night. So they like it to support them during the night, respiratory support. Just sleeping well and helps minimize the effects of seasonal threats. Again, these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent diseases. I'm just sharing the popular ways that people have used this essential oil. OnGuard. OnGuard is very protecting. So I like to show this picture of the police officer and the dog and how he's training this dog to protect. Just like our OnGuard. OnGuard is also a blend of different single oils together. Some of those oils are wild orange, clove, just dropped it, wild orange, clove, and cinnamon. Okay, that's a few of those oils. So this is great for healthy immune and respiratory function, excellent immune support. So whether it's prevention, and I'm during high seasonal threats, I'm wanting to put OnGuard on my feet daily to kind of protect myself. Also, we can use OnGuard, Oregano, and Melaleuca, those three together to protect ourselves. I like to use OnGuard when I start to get that scratch in my throat. I personally will drop 1 drop of this OnGuard in a little bit of water and gargle it and drink it. So it's excellent just to support the immune system. In this blend, there are antibacterial and antiviral properties. And because of that, I like to use it as hand sanitizer. So I will not buy commercial chemical hand sanitizer. I will make my own. And so only thing that I need is water and a spray bottle and a few drops of OnGuard. And not only can I clean the surfaces when I go to the grocery store, the cart, or the toilet before, to clean it before my kids use it, or my hands after pumping gas, or just any time you would use a regular hand sanitizer. I can also use the hand sanitizer We also have another hand sanitizer as well that has more of an alcohol base too. So, but oh, that's what I was gonna say. I can also use the hand sanitizer for my throat. So when I have that water with just OnGuard spray, you know, the OnGuard few drops in the water, I can spray my throat with it too. So not only can I clean the table at a restaurant, but I can spray my throat with it as well. So these are just a few ways of how we use OnGuard. It's very protectant. Also, if you recall the bubonic plague, there were a group of people that did not get sick during that time, and they were spice traders. So the story goes that the spice traders were protected, and the spices that they used to protect themselves are the same plants that we use in this blend. These are the family of OnGuard products that we have. We also now carry a hand sanitizer that's more of an alcohol based, but I still carry my other one as well with the water base. But we have laundry detergent. We also have throat drops, hand soap, toothpaste, cleaner concentrate. So if you're wanting to remove some of those, you know, chemicals from your home for cleaning, your OnGuard cleaner concentrate is going to be your best friend, because you're just going to use that with some water and a spray bottle, and it's going to be an excellent cleaner for you. Our next essential oil blend is going to be Digest Zen. This is one of my favorite essential oil topics. I have a whole presentation on digestive support, but this is one of my favorite ways to support the digestive system, and that is with a product called Digest Zen. It is excellent for occasional indigestion, bloating, gas, just any way you could think of supporting the digestive system. You can take it internally. Some people do that. I use it mostly externally, just on the area of concern, on my abdomen. And when we think about our digestive system, we also think about our emotional health. So have you ever been upset and had your stomach hurt? So that is actually an emotional concern that shows itself as a physical ailment. It comes across as a physical ailment, even though it started out emotional. So when I use Digest Zen on the stomach for that, you know, extra upset, I can also add lavender essential oil, which we're going to hear about, is all things calming. So I would apply a little bit of Digest Zen. I can put a little bit of the calming oil, lavender. So whether it's an actual, you know, physical ailment or from maybe an emotional response, I'm entertaining both of those with one swoop here. So we will do another presentation on emotional health in about a week. But for now, I just wanted to throw that in just so you can be thinking about that. Your brain and your digestive system actually work together here. And more than 70% of your immune system is found in your gut. So anytime anything else is going on in the body, we always want to support the digestive system also. Okay, this is another blend called Deep Blue. And the idea I want you to remember on this one is sore muscles. So this is going to be it's going to be soothing and cooling to the body. For sore muscles and sore joints, we can use it before or after exercise. However, we want to notice this is massage or topical only. We're not going to use this one internally. And I don't think I've ever diffused this one. I've only used it on topically. You probably could diffuse it. I just never have done so. So our Deep Blue is great for sore muscles. It comes in it's a blend. It comes in a oil, it comes in a roller bottle, and it also comes in a rub. It just penetrates a little bit deeper. The rub is kind of like a lotion. I have one person that I work with that has broken their back, and Deep Blue is definitely their, you know, support for this. They absolutely love this product and buy it frequently. Lavender is all things calming. We mentioned that earlier when we talked about digestive support. We use 1 drop of lavender and 1 drop of Digest Zen on the stomach to support the calming for our emotional as well as our physical ailment. So lavender, all things calming. It's excellent to diffuse, to promote feelings of relaxation, a peaceful sleep, and it eases feelings of tension. It also soothes skin irritations. So if you're in the kitchen and you touch something hot, that could be an irritant. So we can use lavender to soothe that. It uplifts the mood, so it can be diffused and also used for relaxation. Lavender, all things calming. Melaleuca, okay, Melaleuca I mentioned earlier as well. We're going to talk about it. All things cleansing, okay? Melaleuca is all things cleansing. So if you've ever heard of tea tree oil, this is the same oil as Melaleuca. This is known for rejuvenating effects on the skin. So that's why we say all things cleansing. It's very cleansing to the skin. It can support our immune system. And I mentioned earlier, I like to use OnGuard, Oregano, as well as Melaleuca in conjunction to put on their feet and also or use it internally. And we do have capsules that we can fill for these. You don't have to put them, in water. This is either something you would put in a capsule or you would put it on your feet every few hours just to kind of support your immune system. It also, Melaleuca, can support healthy complexion. After a shower, you can use it on your fingernails and toenails to purify them, because remember, it's all things cleansing. Cleansing to skin irritations. We can add a few drops to a spray bottle to clean surfaces with, and we can ingest it to protect against environmental and seasonal threats, like I mentioned earlier. And also, I like to place it behind ears when the need arises, just to support that area as well. Again, these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Oregano. Now, this is a hot oil. We want to use it with caution, okay? So every time we use it topically, we want to use it with a carrier oil. I'll give you two circumstances that I do not use a carrier oil with it every time. Is when I have a skin tag. So I like to think of oregano with the delete key, okay? The delete key on the computer. So when I have a skin tag, I've removed several of these, but be careful, okay? So how I did so was with a tiny, like a perfume vial. We sometimes give samples with like a perfume vial that you used to get at, the department stores when they let you try their perfume samples. But you can purchase those separately just for a few cents. Anyway, the stem of that I would take and dip into the oregano and then gently place it at the base of the skin tag. I've had them, what they do is they end up getting larger and you think, oh my gosh, what's happening? But actually they look like they're protruding and then they fall off. So this has been my personal experience with it. Also, I have had a few plantar warts on the bottoms of my feet and my children's feet that we combine oregano with frankincense and put on the area of concern. Now this takes time. Consistency is key. But what's been really cool is we've had people we've worked with that have had them removed before, either skin tags, warts, or other things removed, and they have returned. But when they actually use the oregano essential oil, they've had more success with no returning. Because as you recall, a lot of our essential oils have antiviral, antibacterial properties, and that actually takes care of the root problem, since some of these things are viral related. So oregano, I like to say, supports healthy immune system. And if you recall, there were two essential oils I used with oregano. I'll give you a second to think of those. Yes, they are OnGuard and Melaleuca and oregano, all three together to support the immune system. And oregano is very cleansing and purifying, excellent for cooking. I want to cook. If you have the spice and maybe you have someone in your life that doesn't like to see the texture or to taste the texture of the spice, then you can add oregano essential oil at the end of your cooking. 1 drop is equal to about 1 teaspoon of the spice. And then it's also a powerful antioxidant when ingested. But remember, this is one you do not want to put in water. You want to make sure it's in a capsule because this is a hot oil and you want to definitely use it with caution. And again, these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. All right, emotional oils. So I just wanted to mention emotional oils because if you are having a bad day, let's say you're worried or you're fearful or maybe you're sad, you can look at this chart and decide what you're feeling by the feelings on the inside of the chart, and then you can find essential oil to support you on the outside. So for instance, if I'm feeling maybe sad, maybe someone has passed away, or I'm going through a transition, then I would choose Console, which is the comforting blend. Maybe I'm angry and discontented, I would choose Forgive, which is the renewing blend. So there are different motivate, cheer, passion, forgive, console, peace, all these essential oils just to support you with your emotions. You can diffuse these essential oils as well as wear them. People say, well, how do I wear an essential oil for emotional support? Like I mentioned earlier, there is a relationship between your mind, what you think, what's going on in your brain, and your digestive system, because your gut is your second brain. So we want to always support our emotional health and concerns. So one way we could wear the essential oils, you could put them on like perfume, so you're not actually putting a chemical on your skin, but it's something natural. So you can wear them like perfume on your wrist, pulse points. You can put them over your heart. You can put them over your stomach. I actually had one of these essential oils with a client last weekend, and they had head tension. And I thought their underlying condition was probably emotional. So I opened the first bottle and he smelt it and he's like, oh my gosh, my head tension is gone, which he didn't even tell me he had head tension prior to that. So I just thought he just smelt it. So it was just aromatically, just even smelling from the bottle can have an amazing effect on your physical health. So diffusing them or wearing the essential oils for our emotional support. So again, I'm Angela Sutherland. You could find me at healthylivingchick.com. You can also follow me on Pinterest, Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. You can follow me to get more information on recipes, healthy living tips, more information about essential oils or health coaching, and etc. And again, if you have received this link from someone else with doTERRA, please go back to them to have any questions answered. Or if you have, you aren't currently working with anyone, please contact me. I would love to support you with your health goals in mind, whether that be through health coaching or essential oils or any other means of detoxification. Again, thank you very much. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a blessed day.